We just got the trailer released for the upcoming Indiana Jones game, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, just right off the bat, that's kind of a bad title for this. I mean, the Great Circle, it doesn't carry the same gravitas as Raiders of the Lost Ark or Temple of Doom or The Last Crusade, something like that. I mean, just the Great Circle.
Are you serious?
That's kind of a small thing. Just looking at the trailer, though, it didn't seem too bad. I mean, it was kind of, meh. I'm not too jazzed about the first person aspect of it. There's a lot of criticism about that on social media, but that is also kind of a small thing in this. I think if you wanted to make an Indiana Jones game, just make it more like Uncharted or Tomb Raider, because those are basically spiritual successors to Indiana Jones anyway, but they wanted to do their own thing, so I can commend them for at least trying something different. But there is a lot of room for criticism on this, or at least I can understand why people are skeptical that this will actually be a good game, but let's get into that a little bit further. Right now, here's just kind of like a little background on the game itself. The game opens, we're told, at Marshall College, taking place between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade. Indy hears a strange sound and follows it to find an enormous man stealing an artifact. His investigation into what's going on takes him to the Vatican and later to other locations, including Egypt and the Himalayas, as he explores ancient sites to uncover the heart of the mystery. So that really doesn't seem too bad. Gameplay issues aside with what I'm seeing in the trailer, the story seems like it could be okay and work in an Indiana Jones movie. I like the idea that they're not getting to time travel and stuff like that, or at least I hope they're not getting into time travel or aliens or anything like that. The point of contention, or at least skepticism a lot of people have for this, is just the fact that Indiana Jones hasn't been working lately, because despite having a decent Rotten Tomatoes score for audiences, that was not reflected in the box office results. So whatever audience actually likes this movie, certainly don't actually support it at the box office, because it did lose hundreds of millions of dollars for Disney. And the reason why this movie failed, at least in my opinion, why it failed, is because they were trying to push identity politics with it and were sidelining Indiana Jones in his own story. And some people actually think that's going to happen with this game too. And we got this tweet pulled up talking about it.
What the hell is even that?
This is the, according to right here, senior narrative designer for the game. So basically the head writer, the person who's responsible for coming up with the story. And this photo for this person is being shared around on social media. I got this tweet pulled up talking about it. LMAO, new Indiana Jones game is called Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Female sidekick is another snarky, condescending sidekick, female dog. And it's written by this guy. And they're talking about specifically with the female sidekick, this little bit in the trailer.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
And that really does strike me as Phoebe Waller-Bridge type character from Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which is obviously not a good model to try to emulate your game after. But if that's what they're doing, then that's not a good thing to go by. But let's be all honest, I don't know much about this person, because obviously with his look, it looks like something that you would expect to insert woke politics or current day agenda into the game. We don't necessarily know if that's the case. I tried digging a little bit deeper and pulled up his personal Twitter account, and
Mother of God.
the posts were blocked on this, or they're protected. So he closed down his Twitter account before all this went into play. So maybe he didn't want people to dig into it like I'm trying to do right now, which seems like a smart move. I think a lot of people should do that, but this does also raise questions. It's like, well, what do you have to hide? Because obviously he doesn't want people looking into his past after this was announced. I don't know when this was blocked, but you know, it is possible before the trailer actually went out, or before some of the promotional aspects of the game went out, that he tried to scrub his social media so people can't actually dig into him and pull up old things. And at least that makes the most sense in my opinion, which isn't a good sign for this game. But just going by the trailer in and of itself, it doesn't look too bad. Like I said earlier, it just looks like it's kind of meh. Maybe the story is more in line with the original Indiana Jones trilogy, you know, the real trilogy, and not the movies that came afterwards. And it might be good. The gameplay might be fun, even if it's not quite the same as Uncharted or Tomb Raider. It's something of its own. We'll just have to wait and see. But right now, if people are kind of pessimistic about it or don't want to give it the time of day, I totally understand that, because with the way the entertainment industry is, that's like video games, comic book, movies, TV, they really haven't built up any good faith. And I think you have to earn that back from the audience before you can expect them to give you the benefit of the doubt. And right now, it doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. But if the game comes out and there's good word of mouth, then I'll probably check it out. But until that actually happens, I'm just going to pass this one up.